things go out there today, I feel?
Oh, they were good. It's a little bit different, coming out and being on the field, for the first time, and the coaches on the sideline. We stalled out a little bit on offense at the beginning, but we knew that. We're going against a great defense, obviously. But I think towards the end we started to pick it up, and make some plays. And, I guess that's kind of what we expected, for the first. We would have liked to perform a little bit better, but for the most part, I think we were pleased.
How good has this spring been for you, just in terms of having the opportunity to get those number one snaps, to get that kind of experience under your belt, regardless of how it all ends up playing out once the season starts?
It's been good for me. It's been a big, confidence boost. Being able to get out there with, some of the great, receivers, with that first group where, they can make plays for you. And just for me, going out there and, getting to prove to everybody, that I can, play, if my number is called and they need me. And, I just think it's been great for me to get out there and just get some, not really game time experience, but experience with the ones and, just kind of some real-time reps.
How this offense works, how the tempo needs to be. For the young guys, their first real chance at doing that, how do you think they perform, the two guys?
For Tucker and Kelly to come in and play as good as they have been has been crazy. I've been extremely impressed with them, being able to understand the system, because like I said, we pride ourselves on moving so fast, and for them to come out here and, execute and just do it at a high, tempo, and it's been extremely impressive, and I know those guys put in a lot of work, and it's been really good to see them come along.
Debo said the other day, or Jeff said the other day, you were the MVP so far in camp. What have you done to kind of earn that honor from him?
I think, meeting with the coaches after, last season and early this spring, they wanted to see me take a step, out of my shell, and as far as, assume a more like a leadership role and step out and just be more vocal and, take responsibilities onto me, because I think, it was I would be kind of complacent, as the season would get on, and just kind of, getting a part of, not getting as many reps and stuff. But, I just think stepping out of my shell and, trying to be as big of a leader as I can be for the team is, I guess what he is referring to.
Nick, can you talk about the challenge of going for that job that, obviously you want, but still helping guys like Tucker and Kelly kind of come along? How do you balance that?
Right. I think we just have a good, healthy relationship, in our meeting room, to where it's everybody wants to see everybody good. There's no jealousy. One of us makes a good throw, everybody's their biggest fan. And I think for me, being here for almost 4 years now, it's been easy for me to, kind of help them along, and so we're all, like I said, each other's biggest fans, and, we all want to see each other do the best out there.
Well, personally, you got to have the mindset of it's my time.
Oh, absolutely. And, every time I'm out on the field, I want to play like I'm that guy. And I know for them too, it's like they know when they're out there, they want to be the first team guy like me too. So, it's a healthy competition. There's no, malice or any, jealousy, like I said.
Last spring when you were sitting behind Cole and Deshaun and all those guys, did your mentality change this year, knowing that there's the opportunity is a little bit different for you, or have you had that same go-get-em mentality from day one?
I've had that same go-get-em mentality, but, I'm so laid back, and I just wanted to do whatever was going to be able to help the team, and last year I felt like, they needed me, on the sideline for signaling and whatever, and so I kind of accepted that role. And towards the, end of the season when, Cole had hurt his shoulder, and I realized that, that I might have a chance to, I was going to get thrown out there, I think I took the role a little bit more serious, but I've always prepared, like I was the starter day one mentally, knowing the system and knowing what to do, preparing for the opponents.
How much have you and Deshaun continue to talk about this? I know he's obviously trying to stay involved.
Right. Oh, he's in every single meeting. He's out on the field. Hank hangs out in the back like with Coach Sweeney while we're out there playing. And Deshaun is a real good friend, and it's good to see, I always, after I'm done talking with Coach Streeter, I'll always walk over and find him and, ask to see what he sees out there. And we kind of, talk both on and off the field. And, it's good to see, kind of see if our minds are working the same way. Because, obviously he, went out there and had such a great freshman year.
And it's kind of an interesting dynamic in that you had not gotten a lot of time on the field, and he hadn't really had a lot of time to study it from off the field. That you guys are kind of both getting that.
Right.
Now.
It kind of works out good for both of us. It's almost like we kind of traded roles. Last year I wasn't getting as much reps, and I was preparing, getting mental reps, and now, he was out there, thrown out there, and so now kind of, with him rehabbing with his injury and stuff, and it's great for him to, see mental reps and see stuff, from a different perspective.
I think sometimes people, maybe they don't understand, when you're running the scout team week after week, how hard is it to them to change gears? and say, okay, now I'm a part of the actual game plan and getting out there and syncing up with the ones and the twos?
That's something that we work on in the summer. Building the relationships with receivers and stuff. So when you do get thrown out there, it's you kind of make up for a little bit of lost time, but it's a lot easier. And with the scout team, that's just you just got to work. It's hard, it is hard, but like I said, if you prepare every week like you're going to go in there mentally, it makes the transition a lot easier.
How much has Brandon Streeter meant to your development?
He's meant a lot, just as far as the little things. What Coach Morris did with us was great, and then it's just always good to hear stuff a different way from a different coach. And Coach Streeter has his philosophy and ideals and stuff, and just from simple stuff on just different reiterating different points just a different way has been extremely helpful. And a fresh set of eyes is always great.
It's been the hardest thing for you. Is it making a line call, or a protection, or reading the defense? What's been your challenge?
I think my challenge the most is like kind of what the coaches had talked to me is just being more urgent. Because I'm so laid back. I think sometimes they think that like I'm not like pushing everybody, and I think for me this spring I've taken a big step in that direction, trying to push myself, get going fast. I think that I wouldn't say it's the hardest thing, but that's the thing that I think I've had to develop more this spring. So
the offensive line